Imagine standing on the plains of Kurukshetra, caught between two massive ancient armies drawn up in military array. They are prepared to decide the fate of the world. The tension leading to this ultimate standoff was political. King Dhritarashtra's sons had claimed the throne through a calculated policy of deceit, sparking a catastrophic war with their cousins, the Pandavas. As the two sides face off, the opening military escalation begins. The Kaurava army attempts a massive display of force, blowing their conch shells to intimidate the opposing line. King Yudhishthira and the Pandava allies retaliate instantly. They blow their own distinct, legendary conch shells, sending a vibration echoing across the sky and the earth. The physical retaliation causes a psychological impact that ripples through the Kaurava ranks. The vibration from the Pandavas' conch shells shatters the hearts of Dhritarashtra's sons. This leaves us with a profound anomaly. When the Kauravas blew their shells, the Pandavas felt zero fear. Why did the exact same acoustic stimulus leave one army completely unmoved, while it destroyed the resolve of the other? Verse 19 defines Vyadaryat as shattered and Hridayani as hearts. The text identifies the root of this terror, an unwise policy of deceiving. Contrastingly, there was no heartbreaking for the Pandavas, because one who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear. Psychological vulnerability in a crisis rarely comes from a lack of physical firepower. It is the result of relying on an unstable moral foundation rather than anchoring yourself to a higher truth. To see how this shelter works in practice, we look at Arjuna's immediate physical environment. The layout of his chariot provides a structural map of fearlessness. The first symbol of assured victory is flying directly above him. Arjuna's flag bears the fierce emblem of Hanuman. This passage explains Hanuman is a symbol of victory through his direct cooperation with Lord Rama. It confirms an even greater advantage beside Arjuna. Lord Krishna, who is Rama himself, is personally providing direct counsel. Together, they create the auspicious conditions that guarantee success. The Pandavas lack fear because they do not rely on their own limited strength. They have aligned their physical reality with a state of divine invincibility. As the echo of those conch shells finally fades out across the battlefield, a calm order settles over the Pandava lines. In verse 20, we see Arjuna's immediate response. With a disheartened enemy before him, he does not hesitate. The phrase Dhanur Udyamya tells us he immediately takes up his bow, ready to begin. This readiness is the outward manifestation of his internal spiritual state. Arjuna acts decisively because he is operating from a position of trust, completely devoid of panic. The commentator analyzing this psychology viewed the ancient text as a framework for facing life's greatest calamities. True courage requires abandoning the fragile reliance on the self. It requires anchoring yourself to something unshakable. When you align yourself with a higher truth, the intimidating noise of your enemies ceases to be a threat. It simply becomes the soundtrack to your inevitable victory.